As if this past Sunday's loss to the Bills didn't do enough to hinder Lamar Jackson's legacy to those who were still questioning him, you now have takes like this. Your man's Chris Sims, whose daddy was nice, Chris Sims was not. But now Chris Sims has the take, jumps out the window, running the numbers up you see here. 3 million views. 3 million views. So he knew what he was doing. He's running the numbers up with the take that it wasn't Mark Andrews' fault that he dropped the pass for the 2-point conversion, potentially tying the game. It was Lamar Jackson's fault. The throw, was it accurate? Yeah. It's time to take down another trash narrative. What we saw was a game that was built up to be a deciding factor into the MVP race. Even though the MVP race was already voted for, it's already said and done, right? This game was supposed to be the defining moment, the career arc, the ascension arc for one of these QBs. Whoever came out in this game was supposed to make a definitive statement that they are the better QB. Both these QBs are extremely polarizing. Both have their haters, both have their stands. This was supposed to be the defining moment as to who is better, Lamar Jackson or Josh Allen. If we're really trying to keep it a buck, neither one of these guys put on a virtuoso performance, right? Like, we're looking at Josh Allen, who's getting MVP chance throughout the game. Mans didn't even have 150 yards all purpose. Not even 150 yards from scrimmage. You see these numbers, wherever you see these numbers. Not even 150 yards all purpose, and they're chanting MVP. That's what we were looking at. Like, obviously, home cooking, bias, all of that stuff, that's cool. But was this a defining moment for Josh Allen? No. Again, this was more about Lamar. The fact that Lamar had those costly 2 mistakes in the first half. And if we go to the second half, he cleaned up all those mistakes. He tried to make amends. He tried to put the cape on, and he damn near pulled it off. But Mark Andrews had 2 costly mistakes. So Lamar had 2 costly mistakes, and then Mark Andrews had 2 costly mistakes, and that's why the Ravens are going home. And that's why we still don't have a definitive answer as to who is better, who is the better QB, who is the better franchise QB, who is right behind Patrick Mahomes. Is it Allen? Is it Jackson? We still don't have an answer because we didn't see Lamar play well. We damn sure didn't see Josh Allen play well. And we're still stuck with where we were prior to this game happening. You either love Lamar or you don't like him. You either love Josh Allen or you don't like him. Nothing was actually decided in this game because neither QB played up to the abilities that their stands were saying that they would. If we get deeper into the numbers here, you're looking at what the Ravens were able to do, especially in that second half. Like, we talked about the mistakes that Lamar made. It was a bad pick, miscommunication between him and Bateman, allegedly, right? Cool. Then he had the fumble. It was a bad snap. He tried to recover. He tried to make something out of nothing. Got stripped. Von Miller the other way, damn near housed it, right? But you see that second half. They were not stopped in this second half. Field goal. Touchdown, fumble. That was the Mark Andrews play. And then the touchdown, the likely at the end. They were not stopped in the second half. It was right there. If they don't make these mistakes up here, interception and fumble, when were they getting stopped? When were they stopped by that Buffalo defense? They went down the field off rip, touchdown. Then Lamar has the bad pick. Then Lamar has the bad fumble. They even get a field goal in the second quarter. Then end of half. Then field goal, touchdown. Like, every time they touched the rock, they were getting points. If it wasn't for a mistake, the only thing that stopped the Ravens from scoring was their own mistakes. 2 by Lamar and 2 by Mark Andrews. The Buffalo Bills did not beat the Baltimore Ravens. The Baltimore Ravens beat themselves. And I know the narrative will be, this is on Lamar. And you could certainly blame him for the first half. But after that second half, can you still blame Lamar? He takes a hit. He's not Teflon. But to jump out the window and say that this loss was on Lamar when he rebounded. You see the numbers here. It was the Mark Andrews stuff, the fumble. Him trying to make a play. Again, on the road in these highly pressurized situations, players tend to think outside themselves, to play outside themselves. And that's what leads to mistakes. Lamar Jackson tried to make something out of nothing. And while he is damn near one of the best of all time at improvising and thinking his way out of something, that was not the time. On the road, in the cold, slick ball, you've already made one bad turnover. You're going to compound it by making a second one. Hard stop. That's on him. Mark Andrews had the rock and tried to turn upfield and then tried to shake people. When has Mark Andrews ever shook anybody? Yet that's what he tried to do on the road, slick field, in the snow, bad footing. He tried to make more than what we are accustomed to him doing. And when it comes to the 2-point conversion, I mean, we can sit here and go through the nonsense if you want, but the fact of the matter is that that ball was thrown accurately. That ball was thrown correctly. It was a big spot. The play design worked. What Monken cooked up worked. It was the right read, the right look, and it worked. Just the last piece was not executed. And how is that on the quarterback? Lamar's supposed to throw it and then go run the route and catch it too? At what point does the blaming stop? At what point does the want to go viral? Because again, that tweet's got over 3 million views, so it worked. It's not even his own show, by the way, but just saying the thing on MLK Day of all days, it hit. Now, to get into this deeper, you have to kind of know the history of Florio and Chris Sims and Lamar. Like, there was a lot of stuff, especially when Lamar was going through his free agency, when he was on the franchise tag and all that type of stuff. There was a lot of bogus stories that Florio and Sims were kind of floating out there, and they had sources and all that type of stuff. And here on this YouTube channel, I was knee deep in these streets, breaking down all these trash narratives. I'll put some of those up in the description or whatever, but like, this isn't new. Chris Sims getting at Lamar, or Chris Sims just saying the thing, like his whole currency, his whole job is to jump out the window, say the thing, have the counter take, have the contrarian take. If we're to drink the Kool-Aid that because his pops was nice, he's nice, or he knows more because he grew up in and around the sport of football. I mean, doesn't he have a tattoo of Shanahan on his body? Like some wild shit like that? Like that's some Drake shit. But like ultimately, if this is who you're trusting, if this is who you're getting analysis from, then I need you to hold this man accountable, because this man jumped out the window and said the most asinine thing imaginable. Not blaming Mark Andrews for dropping a wide open pass, not blaming Mark Andrews for fumbling the rock when he was running free, and then decided all of a sudden to hit the juke button. We're going to blame Lamar Jackson for a wide open tight end dropping a pass. If that's where the game is, it may be time for all of us to take the game and go elsewhere. If you're into this type of content, feel free to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and I'll catch you the next time I feel like making a video. Peace.